Hey everyone, welcome back to ScamWatch UK, where we dig into the latest scams so you don't fall victim. Today we're focusing on the most recent and widespread scams happening right now on Vinted in the UK. Whether you're buying or selling, this video is for you. Before we start, if you haven't yet, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to ScamWatch UK so you never miss an alert. Online marketplaces, especially resale platforms like Vinted, remain hotspots for fraud across the UK. Recent research shows that nearly 2/5 of Brits who use online marketplaces reported at least one scam. Of those, many lost money when items never arrived, were fake, or didn't match the description. So, if you use Vinted, you need to stay alert. Let's break down exactly what's going on now. First up is one of the newest scams, being called the letterbox scam. Here's how it works. The buyer orders an item, and when it's delivered by courier to their letterbox rather than a tracked locker, they claim they never received it. Then they request a refund and get to keep the item for free. This is particularly dangerous for sellers who rely on standard delivery instead of fully tracked or locker options. Next, we have fake or counterfeit goods and misdescribed items. This is a classic, but it's getting more sophisticated. Many buyers report receiving items that are obvious fakes or in very poor quality. Even when the listing promised a genuine brand or excellent condition in some cases, the packaging, serial numbers, or even receipts are faked, but they look real at a glance. You have to inspect them very closely to spot the fraud. Another one sellers need to watch for is the false damage or wrong item claim, often using fake images. Some buyers are claiming the item they received was damaged or different from the description, even when the sellers shipped the correct item in perfect condition. We're now seeing reports where buyers submit what appear to be AI-generated or manipulated photos to prove damage, forcing sellers to issue a refund. In one recent case, a seller lost a sale because the buyer claimed they received a damaged item based on a single suspicious photo. Vinted refunded the buyer without even requiring them to return the item. Then there are the fake support or phishing scams. Scammers create fake profiles or send messages pretending to be from Vinted Support or an automated chatbot. They'll ask you to move payments or resolve issues off-platform, often directing you to external payment apps. Their goal is to steal your money or personal data. Victims have reported being asked to open a new bank account, like a fresh Revolut account, to resolve a transaction issue, only to have their funds drained by the scammers. Finally, we're seeing platform and delivery failures being abused by dishonest buyers. Some sellers have done everything right. They've shipped items using tracked or locker delivery and have proof of postage. But despite all that evidence, the buyer claims they never received it or that there was an issue, and they still get a refund. The seller ends up losing both their item and their money. This shows how even when you follow the rules, the system can fail if a fraudulent buyer knows how to abuse the dispute process. Let me give you a couple of real-world examples from this year. In early 2025, a seller posted a pair of Air Jordan trainers. They shipped them, dropped them at the post office with tracking, exactly as per Vinted's policy. The buyer later claimed the delivery had never arrived, or that the shoes were muddy or incorrect. The seller lost over £200. In another case, a seller listed a £690 camera, which they sent via a tracked courier. The buyer later said the parcel was empty or contained the wrong item. Despite the seller providing packing videos and courier evidence, they did not get their money back. The buyer got to keep both the refund and the expensive camera. These are the kinds of stories you don't often see in the headlines, but they happen regularly. So, what warning signs and red flags should you be looking for on Vinted? When you're browsing or listing, watch out for listings with suspiciously low prices for big-name brands or brand-new items, especially if they're from a new account with 0 or very few reviews. Be wary of any seller or buyer asking you to move communication or payment off the Vinted app. A huge red flag is when they suggest using PayPal Friends and Family or a direct bank transfer. For high-flow items, be cautious of offers for standard letterbox delivery, as this is linked to the never-received scam. Also, be suspicious of buyers who claim damage based on only a single, low-quality, or strange-looking photo. And of course, any message from support or a bot asking for extra payments, external app transfers, or your personal account details is almost certainly a scam. Finally, check profiles. Vague or incomplete info, random usernames, and no history are all warning signs, especially if they're selling expensive items. Okay, so how can you protect yourself? Here are some practical tips for both buyers and sellers. For buyers, always prefer buying from sellers who have a solid history and plenty of positive reviews. Ask for as much photo evidence as you can, maybe even a short video of the item. Avoid deals that seem way too good to be true, particularly for brand name or high-value goods. Use delivery methods with tracked courier or locker options whenever you can, and avoid simple letterbox delivery for expensive items. And most importantly, never ever agree to take communications or payments off the official Vinted platform. Keep everything in-app to maintain your buyer protection. Now, for sellers, before you ship anything, photograph or video your item, record serial numbers, show the packaging process, and clearly document its condition. Always ship via a tracked courier or delivery service, and keep your proof of postage or drop-off receipt. Try to avoid simple letterbox delivery for high-value items, if possible. If a dispute happens, you'll need all that evidence, including photos, tracking info, and screenshots of your messages. Be very cautious of buyers who try to lure you off platform or make unusual claims for a refund. And some general safety tips for everyone. Trust your gut. If something feels off or suspicious, just stop and reassess the situation. Scammers often create a sense of urgency to rush you into making a bad decision, so don't let yourself be hurried. If you're in doubt, just wait. Don't rush into payments or shipping. And please, report any suspicious accounts or behavior using Vinted's built-in reporting tools. It helps protect the whole community. Vinted can still be a great place to buy and sell second-hand goods, but like all popular marketplaces, it attracts scammers and dishonest people. If you use Vinted, stay alert, stay skeptical, and follow the safety tips we've discussed to help protect yourself. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and share it so more people know about these scams. And don't forget to subscribe to ScamWatch UK for more scam alerts, tips, and real-life fraud stories. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video.